Hello and welcome for the brief news. For PM Brief News, my name is Ben Wirangai and our sign language interpreter Wanjangede. On to our first news item. Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja has urged police officers across the country to prioritize continuous knowledge, expansion and professional adaptation to effectively manage crime in a rapidly changing global landscape. Speaking in Nairobi on Monday while officially opening a 5-day international seminar organized by the International Police Association (IPA), the police boss stressed that the evolving nature of crime requires law enforcement to be dynamic in their methods. The seminar, themed Strengthening Professional Policing and Crime Management in a Changing World, served as a platform for IG Kanja to outline key shifts necessary for strengthening crime management techniques. And moving on, former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has intervened to secure the release of over 100 mothers who have been detained at the maternity ward of Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital due to their inability to pay outstanding medical fees. Sonko personally settled hospital bills amounting to 1.6 million Kenya shillings, allowing the release of the mothers, some with newborns just days old, who had reportedly been stranded at the facility for weeks. The former governor stated that his decision to clear the large medical debt was prompted by a televised report that highlighted the dire financial predicament of the stranded mothers. On to our next news. Kenya is set to experience continued rainfall across much of the country this week, according to the latest 7-day forecast released by the Kenya Meteorological Department, KMD, covering the period from November 4th to November 10th. The consistent precipitation is expected to affect multiple regions, including the highlands east and west of Rift Valley, the Lake Victoria Basin, the main Rift Valley, the coast, the southeastern lowlands, and the northeastern Kenya. Despite the widespread wet conditions, the KMD warns that daytime temperatures will remain high in certain regions, specifically parts of the coast, northeastern and northwestern Kenya are likely to record maximum temperatures. On to our next news. Kiamba Member of Parliament John Jogona, famously known as Kawanjiku, has publicly criticized former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua for using a derogatory term to describe him and other elected leaders from the Mount Kenya region. The MP hit back at Gachagua for branding him as a weak or inferior politician, telling off the former DP for questioning his legitimacy as an elected representative. The confrontation stems from comments Gachagua made last weekend, where he lamented the quality of elected leadership in the Mount Kenya region. Gachagua, who is also a principal in the Democratic Congress Party, DCP, reportedly contrasted the region's lawmakers with those from the Nyanza, who he claimed were more intellectual. On to our next news. Amnesty International has issued a strong condemnation of the Tanzanian government's actions following the October 29th general election, calling for the immediate and unconditional release of all individuals arrested for participating in post-election protests. The human rights organization expressed deep alarm over reports of excessive force used by security forces to suppress demonstration, which it states have been resulted in deaths and injuries among protesters. In a recent statement, the lobby group urged the Tanzanian authorities to immediately seize what it termed as unlawful killings, arbitrary arrests, and ongoing suppression of protests. That is all for the news. Thank you for staying tuned at Science TV. My name is Ben Warangai, and our sign language interpreter is Wanjongede. Good evening and goodbye.